Okay, here we go. We're not live today. On BSFT. Um, January 2026. So what do we have here? Let's see. Okay. Yeah. The what we're going to be doing right now is about trading analysis, um, momentum trading. We're going to be combining fair value gap with momentum trading. And again, I just have to let you guys know that this is not a financial advice. It's just for entertainment purposes only. And again, we're going to be looking at the magic line. I know it looks funny, you know. I call it the magic line because if you go to NQ, the 5-minute time frame right now, let me see. Let's see this real quick. Okay. Um, um, let's see this real quick. Okay. Okay. Let me just go to MNQ. Wow. I'm sorry about this. Real quick. Let me make some adjustment. Okay. Okay. I know today the market is closed, as you can see in this part. So the market will be opening in 3 hours, 59 minutes. So let me just make some analysis and give you the reason why I call this zone. You can call it a zone. You can also call it level. You can call it whatever you want to call it. You know, I just call it a magic line. The reason I call it a magic line, you can see. Let's start from yesterday, before the market closed. You can see how it closed below, then retrace back past the 14 EMA and the 9 EMA. Let me click this just to be sure. This is the 9 EMA. This is the 14 EMA. So what we're looking at for rejection. Looking out for rejection below the magic line, the zone, the level, whatever you want to call it. And again, we should be also be looking at the 50 EMA also for just confirmation. Um, um, Let me make some adjustment a little bit. The purpose of this channel, because today is the launch date of this channel, is to analyze and make a review of other traders who have same experience, who have done same thing, and who have done good, trading their setup. So we're going to use them, in the form of verse in the Bible, you know, like this, the 14 and 50 EMA. It comes from a guy named Demoni. Um, um, they trade with PW. So I watched the guy. I subscribed to his channel, so I watched the way he trade. He trade very well. And even though, he trade for just 10 points, I think is the best he can get. No matter how, if you can get 10 points in this profile, I think you'll be better off, you know. So I recommend you or anybody watching this channel right now to check him out, you know, go back and review whatever he has done using the 14 and 50 EMA. So the purpose of this channel is not to, talk shit or talk bad about anybody else. It's just to use their mental or their setup, to analyze a trade, that will work, which it may not work. I know that there's no trade that can work 100% at this point, you know. But I also come with my own, setup, you know, you know, to see if it work. And you can subscribe, like, comment, whatever you want to do. It's good. I'm okay. I'm okay with it. So, what we're looking at right here, I'm going to use. First of all, I'm going to start with the magic line. I did a lot of calculation, a lot of setup, a lot of you know analysis to be able to come with this magic line. You can call it pivot point. As you can see, there's 5-minute pivot point at this point. There's 5-minute pivot point. You can see it. It really don't match with my magic point, magic line. I'll call it magic line. So you can see it really does not match it. So I don't really care about that at this point. So I'm going to use my magic line and also make use of the 14 EMA, the 9 EMA, and also the 21 EMA as a confirmation, either to go long or to go short at this point. So that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to keep working on that for now. So let me first of all go back to the reason this channel is on right now. It just started, it's just got launched. I just launched the channel right now. It's not to feel I know it all, but to allow people to to have their own input. As time goes on, I'm going to if the channel grows big, I'm going to bring people in to make analysis. I don't discriminate. You can come from wherever place you are. You can put on your comment. It's welcome, and to make sure we get it right. because the China is not made, you know, for those who know how to trade alone. It's made for those who know how to trade, who doesn't know how to trade, who have an idea of how to trade. So that's the reason, I created this channel. So you can as well please join me in my journey, you know, and then first of all I have to, make this comment that, I've made some payout. I've lost a lot of account through different prop firm. I really don't want to name any prop firm right now. I just want to keep going. The prop firm really don't matter, because all they want is your money, But if you're good in what you're doing, you have a setup in trading, you know, you'll make a lot of money from it. So it's not really about profit. Profit you can, if you can know how to trade, you can have probably 10 point, 15 point stop loss, in 50K account, you'll just be fine. So it doesn't really matter, but you must make sure you know your risk. You can really adjust your risk management at this point. So let me go down to this level since I've made a comment about the channel and then what the channel is made up, what it's made for, the reason. I know people are going to say anything bad, but it really don't matter. It's what you can achieve, what you can learn from it. So that's all that matters. So I also go to other channels to watch what they're doing to see how I can make a difference on my own. So as you can see, here we go. Okay, we're now on the 5 minute time frame on MNQ, or you can call it NQ for sure. Let me try and go to the daily so I can put a mark on it. I can mark it on a daily basis. There's no need. Let me go back. Okay, let's just do this. This is MAQ. This is this chart is from 2025. That is yesterday. You can see what it did here. It pulled up below this magic line, this zone, then pull back, went back to touch the 9 EMA and the 14 EMA before pulling back. At this point, if, for example, I really want to take a trade, I look at the trend first of all. I go back, I see what is going on. You can see the 50 and 14 EMA cross at the top. So at this point, this is actually a downtrend. It's trending down. So, and also I also have the VWAP down here. Up here. This is a VWAP in the blue on the 200 EMA still on the red. So I already know it's a downtrend. So what will I be doing? I'm not going to take any buy at this point. I'll be looking for sell. Where will I get the sell from? I'll be waiting for a cross below this zone, this magic line, or this level for me to take any trade at this point. So when I look at this, it pulled up, go close, and touches the 9 EMA, and also go close to the 14 EMA. I could probably go into the trade since I already know the trend. The trend is downtrend, so I could either enter from this candlestick, or from this, or from this, or from this. So I got 3 candlesticks right now for my entry, at the top of those candlesticks. I could set my entry, let's see the stop loss from year to year. Okay, the stop loss is about 15 point. Put my stop loss above the 14 EMA, then write it down to this level. So the 14 point, let me see, the 14 point is about, if you're using one contract on mini, or if you're using 5 contract on micro, on the mini contract, you might be risking about $300 on one contract on mini. So you don't have to leverage all the risk that you have. Maybe you're trading in a prop firm account. You just have to make sure you know what you're doing. So you have to be in the profit before you can risk more. So at this point, you see, you already got the point that this trade is already on a downtrend. Looking at the crossing of the 14, the 50 EMA, and also the VWAP on top. Is it's always just the way it is. So the VWAP on the 200 EMA at the top. So at this point, your risk might just be 14, let me say 15, 15 point. So just one contract, which is about $300. So looking at the profit from this spot to this spot, it's like 67 point. So, which is good. And also, this top. Just give me a break. Give me 2 minutes break. I'll be back. Okay. Okay. Here we go. I'm back. Okay. Um. Again, the magic line also serve as a patient, as a level of patient. Sometimes when you guys trade, you just want to get into the trade no matter what happens. You know, the magic line also serve as a patient level where you can have patience. I also went through the same situation where I don't really have patience. You know, as this channel is launched right now, you might be able to see me trade live on, see how it goes from there. You know, I'm still working on my patience. How the best way to wait for my best setup. Like I said, you can see this the close of this candlestick, this 5 minute candlestick, this how the red 5 minute candlestick would have been, my option, to enter or to wait for a retest, you know, within or within this zone, for entry. Then my stop loss would be at the top of this 5 minute candlestick. So if you look at this, let's place this. See this. Okay. This is about 21 points. But if you wait, let's put it here. If you wait for a little retest, retrace back, it might be 17 points. So in my case, if I'm risking 20 to 17 points, I go straight to micro contract. I don't really use the mini for large stop loss at this stage. At this stage we have 20 or 21 point stop loss or 17 point stop loss. From 15 point, to I think 20 point. I use the mini first of all. I use the mini first to go into the trade, put my stop loss at the top. 5 mini. I don't use 10 mini right away because of the stop loss. I use 5 mini. So if it goes back and take me out, that's fine. So 5 mini at the rate of 17 point is $170. 21 21 point stop loss 5 mini would be at $210. So which is nothing, which is not really something. So it's nothing compared to the profit you will gain at this point. So you can see what happened. So it's really a magic line as I can see it. So let's go up here and see. I don't really care. I care less about this pivot point. I care less about this pivot point. Let me see. Yeah, I care less about this pivot point, for example, this 5 minute pivot point. And again, I just don't use this 5 minute time frame alone. I use 10, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. I use 1 hour. I use 4 hours as basis for entry or basis for entry, on the trend level. So I wait to see if those time frame correspond to what I have in the 5 minute. If they're below, if they're below the if the candlestick is below the 14, the 21 EMA, the 9 EMA, or the 50 EMA, so I usually go for a sell. So, and also it's just a way to confirm, you know, where the trend is going at the point. Also to mitigate my risk or my stop loss, as I may see it, as you all can see it. So, like this in this point, let me just in the 15 EMA. Let me use something. Let me just draw. Let me put a box. Okay. You can see this is my first entry. This is my entry. This is my first entry. The first entry, second, third, and fourth. So if you miss out in this entry, you wait for this entry, you would have at least go go through with this, the second candlestick, or the third candlestick, or the fourth candlestick. So there's a lot of opportunity for entry. So you don't have to miss out on any of them. And if you happen to miss out on any of these candlesticks, I think the only thing you can do, you could, go in the micro contract, put on your entry on the micro contract, so that you really lose a lot, if you miss. So that's what I would try to put into my trading setup right now, so that by the time I got into the trade, I'll first of all start with the micro contract, then wait until it breaks out of this magic zone of trend line, if you can call it, because I call it a trend line, but it looks like a zone. So until it breaks out of this zone before I can think of maybe using a mini contract, either one or two mini contract, add to the micro contract that I have, just to be sure that it's going downward, it's going straight down, at this point. So that's what I'll be looking, to add to my setup book. Whenever I'm trading, I have some accounts that I'll be trading with. So my goal is to be able to have probably a huge profit, or a little bit of profit if I can, so that I don't lose out, for buying those I can. So let's go up. Let's see how this comes out in some of the time frame. So I draw this zone. This I think. Let me do something with this so that you can. Okay, this is good. So I have this zone. So let's see what happened in 10 minute time frame. You can see this is a 10-minute time frame. You can see you still have 1, 2, 3, 4. This 4 candlestick for entry. Then you go to 15-minute time frame. You see the pullback of this candlestick have this in a certain way. And also you can also see that most of these candlesticks are below the 9 and 14 EMA, the 21 EMA and the 50 EMA. You can see. So you can also see the VWAP. The VWAP is at the top. The 21 EMA is at the top. You could go to um, the, the 10-minute time frame. You can also see the same thing. The 9 and 14 EMA are both the candlestick. So which also tell you it's a downtrend at this point. So you just have to use your own logic and also be patient. Like the only thing I see that I'll be using at this time, I'll be using this magic line. You can see I have so many of them. I can what I want to do right now is to trace them backward from yesterday. I'll have to trace them what you need to see what happened in each trade, what they're trying to do, how you can preserve, how I can preserve. I keep using how we can. No, this is not a financial advice, So it's just for entertainment purposes. So I don't want to get sued, So this is what I'm going to do. This magic line is a level that in any instant is a 10-point magic line, magic zone. You can call it magic zone. It's a 10-point. So in any time you see a candlestick close below that magic line, so it's either you wait for a pullback or you can just enter, get an entry into the trade at that point in a micro contract. I do suggest, I'm going to be using the micro contract on at this stage. Whenever I see something like this, then put my stop loss at the top of either if it's going down or it's on a downtrend. So my stop loss will be at any of the green candlestick if the trend is going down, just like this. So if I want to put my entry would be at this candlestick right now after this candlestick close. So my stop loss would be at this top. So it won't be much because let me look at the risk at this point. 22 point, let's say 23 point. 23 point at micro contract, 5 micro contract is just $230 to $230. So it's nothing compared to the profit that you're looking at this point. So at this point, also the magic line also help you, or the magic zone also help you, to adjust your stop loss, to trail your stop loss, to trail your profit, whenever you are in profit. Whenever I'm in profit, I'm not saying anyone should trade. It's risky. You can only trade what you can afford to spend, what you can afford to lose. And that's how trading is. It's all about patience. I really have to come to that, about, talking about patience. Trading is not something you rush. I'm saying this because I had a lot of experience. I have a lot of, backside, that, it's really critical, looking at trading in a different manner. So you have to be careful. You lose a lot of money. So in this case, what we're looking at this zone, the white zone that we have here right now. You can see this is 10 minutes. This is 15 minutes. This is 30 minutes. You can see what it's doing right now. So if you're looking at this trade, if you don't have this zone, you don't have this magic zone, you don't have this magic level at this point, you will see that it will be difficult for you to place a trade. Looking at this first candlestick that broke this around on 542, 542.50, it will be difficult. You're like, oh, this is crazy. It just went across. So this zone tells you a lot. This magic level, magic zone, it give you enough patience. So, and again, it also make your risk so small that you know where your risk is. You can be able to put your risk either above or below, depending on the trend at this point. So, what I look out for is not just um, about the trade, but you have to be disciplined. You have to be disciplined. It is much easier for you to stay on a on a losing trade for a very long time than to stay on a winning trade. So this magic zone will help me really go far, because I can also be able to put profit on the next magic zone, adjust my stop loss, or trail my profit, or trail my stop loss whenever I choose to. So it just depends on what the situation is at that point. So I'm just showing this is the 30-minute time frame. You can see the 14, the 9, the 21, and the 50. I have to go back to the book of PW. I got this 9 and 21 EMA from PW. So the guy that trade with the money. So he's the guy that also know how to trade, but his trade is PW trading is not good for fam. The way he trade is different, but it's sometimes he has the money to get accounts whenever I choose. So if you're coming, as a new beginner trading, I don't really think you should, be trading with PW. Patrick, his name is Patrick. So I suggest you go with the money. His stop loss is like 10, 15 point stop loss, highest 20 point stop loss. So if you're using that kind of person, person to trade, it would be a good idea to use him as an example, to be able to preserve your account for a very long time. So that guy is good. That's all I can say. That's all I know about him. Anyway. Okay. Okay, this is the 30-minute time frame. I'm looking at the 30-minute time frame right now. I'm looking at the 30 minutes time frame. You can see that the 9, the 14, the 21, and also the 50 EMA. I'm not looking at the VWAP because in any situation, the VWAP really play a lot of rules in your trading. If you're looking at the VWAP, when the candlestick goes above the VWAP, you look for buy. When it goes below the VWAP, you look for sell. But in my own case, I don't think it works that good. You can see at this point, you can see what the VWAP does. So if you're taking trade at this VWAP is good, but sometimes might be a risk in some point. So that's why I always go back to my magic zone, to my magic level, to sort out some information to see how best I can use it, to be able to see where the trade is going. Sometimes I do take profit early because when you're trading with a prop firm, that has a trailing and drawdown, like Apex, it is difficult for you to allow trade to go on a losing streak. Um, you have to be able to take the profit, like probably you have 15 to 20 point profit. So you should be able to take it. You just have to take it no matter what. You just have to take the profit. So you just have to keep going. And also the magic line also allows you to do that, because every entry, every stop loss, you definitely will see it. Like in all this trade, you could be able to go in, you could see how it reject from this candlestick, the 30 minutes candlestick, the, both of these candlestick. You can see the rejection, the rejection, you know, the rejection close in this same magic zone. You can see close in this magic zone. So all you need to wait, all you need to do is to get a sell it's sell I'd say a sell stop if you really want to go into the trade. Sell a sell stop below this magic zone or this magic level. So once you place your sell stop this magic below this magic zone, you put your stop loss above this magic zone. So you're not losing much. So if you're putting a sell stop loss at this point, I suggest you use the micro contract, 5 micro contract. So this is what it does. So I fully you can see what it does here. Rejection, 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 rejection on the same magic zone. On the same magic zone. It's not. I didn't just put this magic zone. I watched this happen live. I watch it like happening straight. Yesterday I was all around it, looking at it, looking at what it does. So this is 30 minutes time frame. You can see, like I said, the 14, the 9, the 21 EMA, and the 50 EMA is above the candlestick. You go to 1 hour time frame. Also the same thing. You can see the 9, the 14, the 21, the 50 EMA. They're all above the candlestick at this point. So all you need to look for is sell, 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 sell. Or you can wait for a close. The reason again, I also look at this magic. I call it my magic zone or magic trend line. You can see what it does here. The moment it closed below this candlestick, closed below this magic line, you can see that it just went down straight. So if you're looking for a sell at that time, while it was doing that, it's a good example of a good entry at this point. So I'll be looking for entry at this point. Although I do catch this long candlestick yesterday, so I did. I was able to trade from this, close it around here, around 486. So I was able to but I didn't trail. I didn't trade my stop loss, so I wasn't good at that. So since I'm trading lucid, so I try to keep my account straight. I don't want to, bounce my account. So, so let me just straighten this magic line a little bit. So I need to take this out. I don't know what this is. I think this is fair value gap. Let's see. What is it? It's fair value gap. Okay, I'll just leave it. Let me see. I'll check it. This really is. Okay, this is the 4 hours time frame. You can see the 4 hours time. The 4 hours time frame is also the same thing. I don't know if you can see this. Let me try and expand it a little bit. Okay, you can see the 4 hours time frame. The 9, the 50, the 14, the 21 EMA is above the candlestick in 4 hours. So you should be looking for a sell at this point. So looking for a sell. The only way I can even go for a buy trend is because I have this magic zone telling me like, okay, it rejected from here. So what are you looking at? The close above the magic zone or the trend line. So I'll be looking for a buy at that time. I'll be looking to go, you know, bullish at that point. So, try to retest these 14 EMA and also the 50 EMA. Because if you look at this red candlestick in a 4 hours time frame, you can see the way it went down straight. It was bearish all the way down. So I'd also be looking at the space between the candlestick and other. So yeah. So let me see. Just want to straighten this up a little bit. I know what's going on. Okay. This is good. This, let's see. Yeah, I'm just trying to straighten up the zone, the 10-point zone, or the magic line, the way I call it. So because I forgot to do it yesterday. Um, while I was watching this trade happen live, it was really crazy. You can see the pivot point. The pivot point was not respected. You see the pivot point was never respected. It was just crushing the pivot point, you know, crushing the pivot point, crushing the pivot point, crushing the pivot point. Also, again, this is where I was looking at. This is also a fair value gap. If you want to trade fair value gap, as time goes on, once I'm trading live, this is what I'll be looking. I'll be looking at the fair value gap in 4 hours. I'll be looking at fair value gap in 1 hour. I'll be looking at fair value gap in 30 minutes. So, you know, just for confirmation purposes. There's nothing else I can do apart from opening the verses of the money on the PW. So PW also understand the trend, also the retest of every candlestick. They also use the um Nvidia. They also look at is it Nvidia? Yeah, Nvidia. They also look at Nvidia trading just for confirmation reason, because if Nvidia is going down, is trending down, you will know that the Nasdaq will also trend down. If Nvidia is trending up, you know that the Nasdaq is trending up. I don't really care about Nvidia at this point because my main purpose is to make sure that you know I take my setup. I also use other confirmation, to stay longer in the game. So it's all about how long you stay, how much you can make. My goal is 10 points. If I can get 10 points or 15 points, I'm okay. Because NQ can go like run in 10 seconds. In 10 seconds. It doesn't take long for NQ to run, you know, those magic zone or line or level. So that's the point. So let's go to 5 minute time frame so that we can so that I can analyze I can analyze the candlestick based on the the magic zone, the trend line confirmation, and also what I'll be looking while trading live through this channel, what I'll be looking at on a daily basis. Because to be a certain time or certain period that I might be trading full time. It depends on how the trading goes. If I was able to, get a lot of profit, from whatever I invest in, so that would make me be able to stay longer in in this trading um, game or in this trading stuff. So let's go here. Let me take this. Let me take this out real quick. Okay, you can see the breakout from this candle close below the zone, close below the magic line. So entry based on this magic line could be like, okay, micro contract. First of all, start with micro contract because you can see what it does here. It creates a candlestick with wick on both sides, on both candlestick. You can see on top. It creates 1 week, 2 week on the top. So that's why, you start with micro contract or wait for it to close or for it to go, close to the middle or in the middle or above the magic zone, a magic level before you make your entry. Then you can put your stop loss above that candlestick that close below the magic zone or the magic level. So that's how you do it. So you want to get into entry at this close below this 5 minute time frame below the magic zone. I suggest your entry should be in a micro contract. Either 5 micro contract is okay, then your stop loss above that candlestick. So let's go to the next one, see what happened here. Okay, this is what we got here. Um, in this area, in this area, we already know it's a south trend. It's a down trend at this point. So it pulls down. All we wait for was a retracement. This is where the magic zone comes in. Now you already place your magic zone. For example, you had your magic zone in this spot. You see, it tries to close below that magic zone or that trend, that zone or level. So it couldn't close below it. Then the next candle pull back straight. This is the first pullback. Then you're waiting at this point because the pullback did not go far, close to the next magic zone. So all you need to wait is to see how it's going to close below this. So for you to be able to get into this trade, like I said, if you want to get into trade when it pulls up here, all you just need is 5 micro contracts. Then put your stop loss. Let me see this real quick. From here, from this level, from 562 to 582 is 20 point at this point. So 20 point is like $200 for 5 contract. So if you place your trade at this point, you'll be risking $200. That's how you'll be risking, because this is how you will get for risking that. You'll be getting a lot of profit from it. You'll be getting like let me see. Okay, see, you'll be getting like 70 point, 70 point. 70 point. And if you trail it, that would be a lot. If you trail it down to this level, you'll be getting like 127 point, which is almost, $1,000, almost almost $1,000. Let me put it that way. Almost $1,000 or more than $1,000. So that's what it is at this point in time. Just 20 points. That's what it is. Then again, if your entry is at 559, that's the next candle, the next candlestick. You're risking 24 points. So your risk at this point would be like $280. So $280 is okay for a micro contract. So we don't risk too much. Once it's above 15, it's above 10 points, it's above 15 points, it's above 20 points. You use micro contract, put your stop loss, and see what it does. So by the time it crosses this magic level, you can decide to adjust your stop loss and go to 2 or 1 mini, 1 or 2 mini, add 1 or 2 mini to the trade. 1 or 2 mini contract to the trade. From there, you start trailing it, trailing your trade, trailing your profit, trailing your stop loss, whatever you want to do. That's up to you at this point. So you have to trail it. You have to trail your stop loss. So That's what I see. That's what I'm gonna do from this setting forward. Okay, so you got one entry, second entry, third entry. These are your entry. Or, like I said, I can easily be patiently waiting for this candlestick. You see this candlestick? This candlestick. This candlestick in Wednesday, 31 December 25 at 14:50 p.m. or yeah, I think it's p.m. Yeah, p.m. p.m. Yeah, you can see when this candlestick broke below that magic zone or that magic level, that should be your entry, or that should be my entry at this point. That should be my entry. My stop loss would be at the top of that candlestick, and trail it down. This is the level of patience. Like you don't know if it's going up, then you refuse to go in, you refuse to have your entry around this zone, this area, above this magic zone or level. So all you need to do is to wait for it to break and close below before you put your entry or your sell entry, then put your stop loss on top of that entry. Let's see the stop loss. Or you can even wait for a retracement if you choose to, but I think it's much. Um, you can either wait or, like I said, you can also use your micro contract around this area. The moment it closes here, you can use your micro contract. Let me see if this is up to 10 points. It's not. Yep, it's not even up to 15 points. I can take that 13 point or 14 point as my risk at that point using 2 milli or 1 milli. So if you use 2 milli at the 13 or 14 point, let's see, 14 point is 280, 280, $280 risk. You're only risking $280 at this point, and then if you times $280, you'll be risking about five something, 500 and something dollars as a risk if you use 2 mini contract. So at that point, the risk to reward the risk to reward will be much. The reward will be much than the risk, because look at what you would get. Even though you allow this, you trade this to this level, then you pull back, then you see what it's doing. It did not cross the EMA, then you start pulling. You can always wait. You can always trail your profit or trail your stop loss all the time. This is really good. This is really good. It's really good. It's easy to say it, but it's hard to follow through, during the process of trading. So trading is not as easy as people think it's easy, you know. So yeah. And also again, this magic line also serve, if you're a range trader, it also give you some points, some key point. Your entry, your stop loss, because the magic zone or the magic trend line also serve as zone. 10-point stop loss. You can use that as a 10-point stop loss, whatever you want to do. Just to mitigate your risk at that point. So if you're risking much, you're trying to, get some profit, you're trying to put on some trade. Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to go heavy, like to go like 5 million, put a lot of trade because you're in a drawdown. I think if you can use this micro contract, 5 micro contract will be okay for you to be able to go up. So when you get to some certain stage, you can use like 2 mini, 1 mini, 4 mini on each trade, for you to get huge profit. But starting with this 5 mini micro contract would be a good idea, for you to be able to move your your profit to probably to some level, to some range that will work great. I think I'll be looking into that and you know try and do it. Work on it, use it, and see how it goes from there. That's what I would do. I'm not gonna be, like crazy. I'm not gonna be crazy over it. If I open to the verse of the money, uh, um, you can see like I think I happened to I bought PW costs. I think it was on sale. I bought it for $25. So looking at those costs, it's not really about the costs. It's about your mindset. You want to be able to follow your setup or to follow whatever course you're reading or whatever course you're trying to imitate or you're trying to, go through it. That's all that matters. So I think the best thing to do is to make use of whatever, ideas that you have and see how it works. But the risk, always make sure you put your stop loss. In some cases, I don't put my stop loss. So I just hope like, please just let me just break even. That's crazy. Trading is crazy. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. Too much. Too much. Too much. Though what I normally do, I normally copy trade. So I copy trade. So I don't think it's a good idea to copy trade. I don't know how to trade each trade. That's a real big problem I have to face. I always copy trade my trade, copy trade them. But with this magic zone, magic level, I can copy trade. I can copy trade and rest assured that it will be fine. Sometimes it's not. Depends on the contract size. So I have to look into that too. So once I pass my eval, I think I'll try to get it to some level like 3K or each account, and I'll stop copying. I'll stop copy trading them. I'll be trading them like 5 or 1 or 2. I'll just kind of separate them A, B, C, D. Whenever I copy one trade, I will mark it. Whenever I copy the other trade, I will mark it. Whenever I copy it, so I would try and recognize when we had copied it. So that's what I would do. I just hope I passed it. I'm not a professional trader, but I'm just trying to get a little money from it. I'm trying to get a little money. I'm trying to get a little money according to the money. Okay, let's go up. Okay, now we see it crosses. We're looking at the EMS, the 14, the 50, the 9, the 21. The crossing, we're looking at the VWAP, where the VWAP is. Try to understand. For your trend, we want to know where your trend is going. Always look at those EMAs, the VWAP, the 200 EMAs, see where they are at that point for you to be able to know where the trend is before you start getting to looking for entry. So if you don't know where your trend is, you just want to, oh, let me just go in, let me just trade, let me trade. Uh, you're afraid of missing out. Um, just like I do sometimes. It's crazy, you know. Sometimes when the trade is going, like, you don't really take time to analyze it, to look at what is going on, to see where the momentum is going. You just want to trade, you know. That's a big red flag for a bad trader, just like I do sometimes. I've passed so many eval, I've blown so many eval. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh, it's a tough game. It's a tough game. Mm-hmm. Trading is a tough game. Trading is a tough game. Trading is a tough game. Trading is not easy. Okay, let's see where we're at right now. Okay, let's go back a little bit. Let's see how the magic zone help. Let's see how we can try as much to mitigate whenever we're looking for entry, whenever we think, oh, this is the right time to go in, whenever we're trading against the trend, the magic zone or the magic level is the goal. Is the goal or is the best analysis. I suggest whenever I'm going for entry, for example, I think about using 5 micro contract. 5 micro contract or 5 micro contract. You understand? So it's like a rejection. So you can see where I have my mouse on this 5 minute time frame. The reason I'm using this 5 minute time frame because I've done the work of this zone. I've done the work of the zone or the magic zone that you see on the screen. The work has been done. It's not just like, oh, you need to analyze this. No, the work has been done. All I need right now is to just go to the chart, go to the 5 minutes chart, or I can easily go to the 2 minutes chart, 3 minutes chart for an entry. And the funny thing, it will still work the same thing. It will still work. Right now, I'm in the 5 minute time frame. What I would do right now, I will just put a line. Let's see. Let's increase that to 4. Okay. Okay, this is the line. Let's change the color. Just don't want it to. That doesn't show good. Okay. This is yellow. Okay. I want to make it to show, the time frame. Okay, here you go. Okay, you can see this line. This line. This is a bearish move, you know. So we're looking at the rejection of this magic zone. Rejection of this magic zone. So in this situation, let me do something real quick. I just want to mark this. Okay. There you go. This is it. I just want to try to double mark it so that we can identify it in the time frame as we go. Let me see. Wednesday, December. Okay. 35. 10:55. Okay, and 10:45 is good. Just place it there. Yeah, don't be confused about the zone. It's too much. It's confusing. Trust me, it's not confusing to me. I can trade silver. I was watching. I think I was watching. What's that guy? The YouTuber. West. Not West. Yeah, West. I was watching other YouTube trader. They were trading silver. Complaining about the move if they can get more. Once I'm done with this setup, you know, I'll have to turn the screen back. I have to turn the screen to silver so that you guys can see it. How crazy it is when it comes to silver. You know, every zone, every candlestick, not every candlestick, it's not 100%. Some of the candlestick respect the magic zone on silver. So I can easily place a trade, you know, look at the the zone, the breakout, and all this kind of stuff. Then be able to place the trade and also get profit on the silver. I did place trade on silver. Yeah, I did place trade on silver last week. But silver was crazy. Just give me 10 minutes. I'll be back. Okay, let's go. I'm back. Um, okay. I just want us to. I just want us to check this line, um, this zone, and this current white zone that I placed here. I just want us to see this retracement. And again, let me do something else real quick. Let me draw a trend line. Yeah. Okay. You can see it. I don't use trend line. Um, I'm welcome to use it if I want to. I don't really care what I use at the point. It's how you feel. So I feel certain way I use the trend line anyway. But I think this magic zone or this level is good enough for me. So let's go back. So you can see in 3 minutes, it's still the same thing. We have a rejection from a red long candlestick on to 542.50. We have a rejection from there. Entry is crazy. What I mean is crazy. You can see you got one candle, you got two, you got three. So you got three entry or three opportunity, to get into this trade. So your stop loss should be below just 8 points. You're just risking 8 points. 8 points in mini is like $160 compared to that move. So that move is crazy. It's crazy. It's just really, really crazy. So you can see what's going on. It's crazy. That's why I said, you can use it in 1 minute, you can use it in 2 minutes, you can even use it in all time frame. Not all time frame. You can use it in 5 minutes in the lower time frame for your entry because of your stop loss. To look at it in 1 minute, if we still have something on. Let's see. Okay. You can see these. See what it does here. See, you got 4 candlestick for your entry. If you miss out on this first candlestick, it's good. Second candlestick, that's fine. Third candlestick, that's good. Fourth candlestick. So if you miss out on 3 candlesticks, the fourth one might be your entry. So you don't have to say, "Oh, I'm missing out. I'm missing out." It's crazy, man. It's just crazy. This is good. This is really good. Let's go to the 5 minutes time frame anyway. I'm not here for that. Let's see. Let's see when the market opened today. Come on. Yep. The market will open in 2 hours, 38 minutes. That's crazy. It's another year of trading, trying to make some money. Just trying to make some money. Trying to make some money. You're trying to make some money. You're trying to make some money. So, according to PWD Money, they usually look at NVIDIA for a correspondent to NQ, to MNQ, as it is that I'm using right now. So I can also click on NVIDIA, just to see what is going on, but I don't really, it's not necessary. It's not necessary because if you're clicking on NVIDIA, you have to be able to put um, on 10, 15 minutes, 30 minutes time frame, 4 hours time frame, just to see the level of where the candlestick is and when they're supposed to close. So if you're having a candlestick that is about to close below or above, you have to wait. You know, sometimes it's wrong, sometimes it's right. No trade is always right. Trade is not easy. Anybody that told you trade is easy, you can get whatever money you want. They're crazy. Trust me. Even God knows that. Um, I don't know. Let's see what's going on here. Let me take this out real quick. Take this. To go. Well, if you're watching, you're not subscribed yet, subscribe, like, comment, say something, you know. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what we can change, how best we can trade. You're all welcome. Criticism is welcome too. I'm open to that. So, okay, here we are. So we're looking at this level. We already clicked that already. Let's take this out. Okay. So we have a pullback here. If you look at this level, I shouldn't have removed that. But if you look at this level right now, and you're trying to buy this up, it's just as simple. And you pull down this level. If you know you're too late or you see this kind of pull down, all you need is to go to a lower time frame. Like I said, you can move to lower time frame and see where it's at right now. Then you can go in, from the lower time frame, or you can go in on micro contract. Like I said, micro contract is best for a reversal, for a retracement like this retracement. You use micro contract, you'll be just fine. Then you get out of the trade once you start rejecting backward at this level. Don't be greedy. That's another thing. Like me, I'm always greedy. Sometimes I can hold trade for a loss. I hold. I think I hold a losing trade longer than a winning trade. Well, that's crazy. Sometimes I know it's not easy. It's easy to say. To do it is kind of crazy. But the best practices that you can do is to make sure you put your stop loss at the right position, at the right spot. If you're wrong, you get out. If you're right, you stay in. You throw your stop loss or you throw your profit. Although I wasn't lucky when I throw my stop loss or my profit, I wasn't lucky. It comes back and take me out. So I know how it is. I'm not a fan of trading stop loss. Once it's on profit, I take it. am an intensive trader. You know what I mean, intensive trader. I go in with a large contract. I go out, go in, go out, go in, go out. That's risky. That's so risky that you can blow your account. You can blow your account immediately. So you don't want to do that. You don't. It's crazy. I know. It's too crazy, man. It's just crazy. You can't. I don't know. I really don't know. My goal is to share my journey. To whoever wants to know what is going on trading platform. You know, could see it. You know, By the time maybe I have more subscribers, I have a lot of subscribers. I can probably leave my chart up. For people to see for themselves. You know, but this magic zone, it takes me a lot, like doing a lot of thinking, a lot of calculation. My desk is full of calculation. It's full of calculation. It's full of calculation. It's full of calculation data. You know, it's not easy. It's not at all. Okay, this is where we are. I need to get out of here. I need to get out. Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay, I was talking about this retracement and entry purpose, stop loss, risk. It's just as simple as that. There's nothing you can do about it. The moment this kind of stake goes, all you need to do, the next candle, you place your entry, go down to 15 to 16 point stop loss. In micro, which I'll prefer to go in on that retracement back. Hold it for a little while. I'll be like losing about probably $2,660. Just to make about, let me see, just to make about 29 points. You know what 29 point is? 29 point is about in 5 contract, it's about $290. So you're risking about $160 to get 290. That's fair. That's fair enough. You can't get it anywhere. So it's fair. You can also, throw your stop loss or your profit whenever you choose. But I'm not going to throw my stop loss. The moment it broke out of that 914 EMA, I'm out. I'm out. I'm out of that trade. I won't even wait. I won't. I won't even wait. The moment he even gave me half, or give me $160 or $200, I'm out. I'm not gonna wait. Never. I don't know. I'm not. I'm not gonna wait. So that's what I'll be looking for anyway. I'm not gonna talk too much, but that's the theory about the magic zone, the magic level, as I call it. So it's not easy during this level. It's crazy. It takes me a lot of calculation. I spend like 4 to 5 hours every day looking at the calculation. It's not always right. The magic zone is not always right. Let me put it out there. It's not always right, but the percentage of it being right, the magic level being right, is like 70% or 80%. I can go back, probably when I'm trading, you can see it for yourself. So I'm gonna be trading live, you know, try to do something. So that is gonna be my idea for now. I'm not gonna be wambling around. I'm gonna try my best to get profit. I'm gonna try my best to get small money. I'm gonna make some money. Let me see what to do. Yeah. So today is my lunch day on YouTube. I'm grateful to have done this. Um, yep. I'll be doing more. I'll be improving on the channel. You know, if the channel grows, it's good. If it doesn't grow, I don't care. I just keep going. You know, one thing about YouTube is, you have something to do, you have something to say, you have something to put out there. It can stay there for as long as it is. So that's one thing about YouTube. So I'm just gonna do just that. It's not about the subscriber anymore. If you subscribe, you get stuff on it. So it's communication anyway. Should to be just momentum. Organize your short increase session time. Uh, 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 mm, let's see something like crazy. Let's see it. Let's go back here. I don't want to see this guy. Let's see something like crazy. Let's see it. Let's go back here. I don't want to see this guy. Let's see something like crazy. Let's see it. Let's go back here. I don't want to see this guy. Let's see something right quick. Let's see it. Now, let's go back here. I don't want to see this guy. Let's see something right quick. Let's see it. Now, let's go back here. I don't want to see this guy. Let's see something right quick. Let's see it. Now, let's go back here. I don't want to see this guy. Let's see something right quick. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. Go back now. Let's go back here. This. I don't want to see this guy. Let's see something right quick. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. Go back now. Let's go back here. This. I don't want to see this guy. Let's see something right quick. Let's see what's going on here. I gotta keep going. I'm sorry. Go back now. Let's go back here. This. Oh, pray to God. I don't want to see this guy. Okay. What do we have here? Let's see something. Okay. Here we go. So you can decide to throw this close up goal, whatever, I don't care. But whatever, you can decide to trade. But one thing you need to see is that you can see the wick below this magic zone, this trend line, this zone, this trend line. You can see it. See the wick below it, 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 see the wick below it. So this tells you that there's something about this magic zone. It's not just a magic zone, it's a magnet. Let's see if I can still got my magnet here. Come on. Okay. I put my magnet. Hit this shit. Sorry. Okay. It tells you you can press this. Okay. Okay. You can see the magnet. This is a magnet. You know, no matter what you do, it will always be there. It will always be there. All it does is reject, 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 reject. So if you, for example, you're a range trader, like sometimes I do, but I don't really have the patience. But this magic zone will give you a lot of patience to wait for the best entry. So in this kind of stick, you can see, for example, it trail up, break above, something else is about to go wrong. So you wait for a retracement back, not above this 14 EMA, not above this 9 EMA, but this magic zone. You wait for it to retrace back a little bit, then you enter with, micro contract, put your stop loss below the previous week, the lower previous week. You put your, I think I gotta take this shit off. I don't know. I don't really like this stuff. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah. See, we probably wait. You say, okay, let me wait until you trail. This is the candlestick that close above. You say, okay, let me wait for a retracement. If we trail backward to this level, you can decide to go in this level, pull your stop loss here. I messed up here. I gotta do it again. Let's put this here. Come on. Okay. So you can see right now, you are only risking 8 points. 8 points in 5 minutes. It's like $80. $80. You're not risking much. So if you go to like 8 point in minute, in as an 8 point in micro, in 5 micro, is $80. So if you want to go higher, you say, okay, let me take 5 point, let me add another 5 point to it. Or you say, okay, let me just go full cost 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes is 8 plus 8, 16. So you're risking 16 points. So 16 points will be like $320. $320 compared to this. Compared to this, you know, compared to this. Let me compare to how many points? Let me put this here. Compared to 28 points. 2 minutes compare to 28 points. 28 points in 2 minutes. It's like, $1,000. Let me say, it's 28 points. Each 28. 1,000 something dollars for 28 points. That's that's the craziest thing I've ever seen. That's how good the magic zone, the magic level is. That's how good it is. You're only risking a little to get huge. Huge. Depends on how you place it, depends on how you trail it. You still get huge. Huge. It's just too huge. Because the magic zone is respected in so many situations. You can also see the rejection here. If it did not the candlestick, the bullish candlestick did not test this magic zone, magic level before it start pulling back. You can also put your entry with micro if you want to. You just want 5 micro will be fine. I won't risk anything much because at this point the trend is just garbage. There's no trend there. I'll be risking 11 points in 5 micro. So 11 points in 5 micro is like $110. You'll be losing $110. So you can see the profit. You can see how best you'll be able to manage your trade, even when you trade with a little bit of contract. You don't need much. You don't need much contract to be able to trade this magic zone. And I'll also be coming down with some other form of trading, some other like the fair value gap, the momentum, how you can combine the fair value gap and the momentum trading. It's free. I can show you guys. It's all about the trick and what is going on in the market at a certain point. You know, um, you know, yeah, that's what the fair value graph is all about. Retracement, um, magnet retracement, and all that. So you also have to wait for confirmation when you're using the fair value graph. So if for example I'm using the fair value graph, you can see that the 14 and 921 EMA was just garbage. Yeah, there's no way you can trade these because the those on 14 EMA, the 9 EMA, the 21 EMA was just running. The candle was just running on them. So you cannot say, oh, this is going down. You cannot say, oh, this is going up. Oh, you cannot say, oh, it's pulling down because you can see it. The candlestick say nothing. But this magic zone tells you what is going on. You know that there's something behind this zone, this magic zone that you see here. There's something behind it. There's a lot of stuff that goes wrong, you know, that you can see that, oh, this stuff, the candlestick refuse to go below that magic zone, even though they cross the 14 EMA and the 9 EMA and the 21 EMA, but they refuse. So it's just part of the situation that you're going to find yourself, and then you're going to see as the time goes on, what is trading is about. Um, it's simple. You just have to be patient. I try to. I would just say I'm impatient trader. You know, but for you to be able to trade, you got to look at some certain setup, not so certain setup, your own setup, what you want to see, that you want it to be at. You want it to test, you want it to go through, you want to see some certain level break, you want to see some certain level close below or above. So it just depends on you. Um, for me, it depends on so many stuff, you know. I think I can't even process so many setup that I have in my head once the trade is going on. It's just kind of like I'm going to be training as I go along. So I'm not saying I'm, you know, a professional trader. No, I, I'm not. It's crazy. Trading is crazy. Trading is it's bullshit. It's not real. Every move, a lot of people are placing their trade. You're placing your trade. So it's like the people that are placing trade, you don't even know them. There's a lot of people that will not even know me. For example, they won't even know if I'm the one placing the trade or not, or if I'm the one placing that trade or I'm not the one placing the trade. So it just depends, you know. So I'm not gonna say all that. Oh, this is bad. This is good. You know. So what I will do, I'll try my best to follow my setup. At this year's start, as I launch this trading platform, trading YouTube, you know, just to seek other people's opinion and also to listen to other people. I'll also be bringing people once the YouTube is doing good. I'll be bringing out other people to analyze trade, you know, to share opinion with them to see how trade works from time to time. You know, uh, that's how it is. There's no big deal about trading. Trading is what you think it is. It's crazy. It's nothing. It's bullshit. So just hope, the idea of patient, we hope that God give us the mind, the idea to be patient. Life, life and trading is a different thing entirely. You know. There's a lot. I'm tired. I'm about to get done right now. I'm spending too much time. We just have to continue as the time goes on. There's much time. There's much time. So we have a lot of rejection. So as you can see, this red candle, this is a fake out. This is a fake out, a real fake out. And the funny part of it is that the magic zone, the magic level, will show you where and what fake art is. You'll be looking at the fake art. So right now, if for example you're trading, you're a range trader, for example, if you want to mark your range, for example, you want to draw a range. Let me just take this real quick. Okay, you want to draw a range from here. This is the um, lower week, or we just take here. See, you just put your drawing here. Um, you put your drawing there. Then you take another one. Look, the high, right? You're looking for the high right now. So okay, this is the high right now. All right, this is the high. Let me straighten this. Let's straight this up. Come on. Okay, here you go. Okay, now you can see that this is a range. This is a chop trading. So you'll be looking for a sell at this point, at this area. You'll be looking for buy at this area. One thing you must always know, you can see where this lies, this magic zone, this magic level, this magic level. You can see this candlestick is a fake out, a real fake out. There's nothing else you can call it. This is a fake out. This candlestick is a real fake out. So you can see when it breaks below, you'll be thinking of entry. While you're thinking of entering down in your own mind, what happened to this candlestick that refused to break below? What happened to them? They push back, retrace back, they retrace back, they retrace back, they retrace back, they retrace back. So now these want to do the same thing. That's why you must always try as much as possible to look at the previous candlestick, to see what happened when it tries to break this magic zone. What happened to them? So if you enter and sell at this point, you'll be losing a lot of money, except if you put your stop loss in this point. So some people will call this a break hard. Like, oh, this is a break hard. No, this is not a break hard. This is a break hard. This candlestick on top, this bullish candlestick is a break hard. Your entry should be a pullback towards the 14, the 9 EMA, and make sure that there is a cross between the 14 and the 9 EMA, or the 9 and the 21 EMA, And in most cases, the 9 and the 21 EMA crosses first before the 14 and the 50 EMA. So you can always check and see how that works. But I don't really care about that at some certain point because I have a lot of things to watch whenever I'm trading. So I don't really look at who crossed what and what crossed who. So I just look at the trend first of all. What are we doing? I try as much as possible. I'm saying it. Sometimes I don't watch it. I don't look at it. So I'm not too curious about that much. I should be. You know, if you want to be a good trader, that's what you're supposed to look at for. But if you're not looking out for that, to have more reason, you have to be able to convince yourself, you know, to get a good entry. What I'm trying to say at this point is that the magic zone, the magic level, will always give you something if you're patient enough. I think I have to call it a day for today. Thank you for the launch day and see how the BSFT, that's the trading platform. You can see it. You can go to my YouTube channel. Watch, see if you can have something else. If you can gain any knowledge from it. I'll be trading live. On a timely basis. By God's grace, and see how it goes from there. Thank you for watching, and God bless you.